G'day guys and welcome back to Ados the Great YouTube channel. So in today's video guys, we're going to be going over the NRL Finals Week 2 tips. So as you can see here, we've got all of last week's tips up the top there. And I did fairly well. I got 3 out of 4, so I'm pretty happy with that. Most of the games went the way that they were expected to. The only upset of the round was the Rabbitohs taking down the Panthers, which I'm absolutely stoked about. You beauty, up the bloody Rabbitohs. I've booked my tickets to the preliminary final and the grand final. I'm hoping we get there, but if not, it will still be an amazing game to go to. Anyway, guys, we're going to jump in and do our tips for this week. But before we do that, we're going to jump over and we are going to have a look at how everything sort of went. So the tip percent was 76% to Storm, 24% to Manly. That's pretty fair, I reckon. I probably should have backed Melbourne. That was stupid me going for the upset there and it didn't come through. But hey, it's a big learning curve to never doubt Melbourne. So in the next game, we had the Titans up against the Roosters. I think it's a bit unfair with the tip percentage because, most people probably thought that Roosters would get up. But the Titans played really well, and I'm very surprised that they, came so close and didn't get the win there. It was a very good game. They definitely should have won, like that pass at the end. If Herbert makes that pass at the right time, Titans win. So it was very disappointing for Titans fans for their club to go out like that. But you know what? That's finals footy, and unfortunately that's how it played out in 2021. But we got the next game, Rabbitohs versus the Panthers. 11% of you guys, of the tipsters, tipped the Rabbitohs. 89% tipped the Panthers. Man, I am so happy with that win. That's a true underdog story there. Everybody said Rabbitohs will not win without Latrell. We proved them wrong, man. I'm so proud of my boys. I know it's only one win and we've still got to get 2 more if we're going to win the grand final. I'm very hopeful we can, but you never know. Rugby league is a funny sport. The next game, obviously, we were tipping the Eels. I think most people, 85%, thought they'd get the win there, and they did. I don't believe it was that convincing. I think the Knights did not play very well, and Parramatta were only a little bit better. So, yeah, I think while Parramatta fans are happy that their team won a final, I think they'll be a bit disappointed with how they played. I think they should have beaten the Knights quite comfortably there, just my opinion. But yeah, that's my opinions of how all of last week went. Now let's jump over to this week, and we're starting off with a ripper of a game: Sea Eagles versus the Roosters on Friday night. So that'll be tonight's game. I'm recording this the day before, so if team lists change, then I do apologise. But as of right now, the Manly Sea Eagles welcome back Lachlan Croker. So that's a big plus there for Manly. So he will jump straight back into the dummy half role. And the Roosters welcome back Nat Butcher, who comes through on the bench for them. So, yeah, pretty interesting there that the 2 key players for both those teams are back. I'm just looking at some stats now on the NRL app. So these 2 teams have played 35 times. Manly have beaten the Roosters 19. Roosters have won 16 times. So it's fairly close. Then we go into, so the last time these teams met, the Roosters beat them 46-4. That was on the 13th of March this year. The next game was won by Manly last year, 8 points to 9. So a very close one in that low-scoring affair. That's pretty much it there. Let's check out the tip percentage here. So most people are going Manly. I tend to agree with that. I think the Sea Eagles will play the Rabbitohs next week. However, as a Bunnies fan, I would love to play the Roosters in a preliminary final game. To go to that game would be absolutely insane. I would be so happy at that game. So, very hopeful that it doesn't really matter who wins, regardless. I'm going to the game, but I think Manly are my tip. I'm backing Manly here. I think Manly will beat the Roosters by about 8. I think Tom Trbojevic is going to have himself a good game this weekend after Storm absolutely stopped him in his tracks. I thought DCE was very good last week. I honestly did. But yeah, I think Tom Trbojevic is going to have to step up, and so are their forwards. Their forwards, for me, were a bit disappointing last week against Melbourne. Melbourne just ran over them. Melbourne pretty much just beat them at all positions over over both teams. Like that, they were just better in each position. So yeah, I think Manly will want to prove a lot of the doubters wrong this week, and they'll want to come back and have a good win. So I'm backing Manly there. In the next game, Eels versus Panthers. All right, so I can actually see this going a few ways. I think if Panthers click into gear, they can absolutely annihilate the Eels. And the Eels, that'll be their season well and truly over. But I can also see Parramatta winning this game. So I know Penrith fans are not going to like this whatsoever, but Penrith are very cocky. And I think their cockiness is their ultimate downfall. Now, I'm going to back the Panthers. So we'll click that. I'm going to back the Panthers. But let's just see who's in and out for each of their teams. So Panthers welcome back Dylan Edwards and Moses Leota. Huge inclusions there for them. So that's really going to boost them a lot. Eels also welcome back Ryan Madison, who's coming off the bench. So that's also going to be a pretty big boost for Parramatta. But I do think the Panthers will be just slightly that bit better. If they're on their game 100%, I think the Panthers can absolutely blow Parramatta out. However, we've seen how well Parramatta can play. When they beat the Storm, I was like, where's this been from Parramatta all year? They were actually really good in that game. So I wouldn't rule out Parramatta. I would not rule out the Eels. I can definitely see an upset possible here, but very, very doubtful. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my tips for finals week 2. Let me know yours down in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.